Hi everyone, welcome to Crafting in Quarantine. My name is Dabney. I'm the Young Adult Librarian at the Twin Lakes Library System and I use they, them pronouns. Today we are going to be doing a classic YA craft. We are making magnets and I can't believe I haven't done a magnet video yet. This is one of the first crafts I ever tried at the library back when I first started doing teen programming. Oh my goodness, I think it was in 2011. Yeah, this is my 10-year anniversary with the library system, which is hard to believe, but exciting. So anyways, there's a bunch of different ways you can make magnets. This is like the classic example, and we'll make several of these in a minute. And that is to use these like clear glass, like I think beads or whatever. You can buy these at Hobby Lobby, at Walmart, at Dollar Tree. Some of them are different quality. Some of them are like really smooth on both sides. So this side has like a little bit of texture, which can look a little strange with your image. Some of them, might have like a slight iridescent sheen to it, so that might make your image not look as clear. So that's what you'll need. You'll need some kind of pictures to use. So I'll show you mine in a second, but then let me show you what I've got going on so far, which is I'm making a Ponyo magnet for my niece and nephew. So that's kind of what it's going to look like when the glue is dry. It's still drying a little bit. There's just a few places on there. It's not dry yet. That's the back. And we're also going to use magnets, of course. Whatever kind you want to get. They have these kinds that are just like little squares, and you can peel off the back and just stick them on. You don't need glue. You can get these heavy duty magnets. Okay, so like if you use this magnet, it's not really gonna hold up very much. Like it might hold up like one, regular sheet of paper or like a regular size photo. If you're trying to hold up like on my fridge, I have like a bunch of like art prints, like fan art, and it's like more, the paper is kind of like the thickness and heaviness of cardstock, so this would not really hold up like a whole, page like that. So this is kind of like not super strong. This is very strong. These magnets hold up anything and everything. They're my favorite. You do have to glue these on. You can use like hot glue, regular glue, whatever kind of glue you've got. And then you could buy like rolls of magnets. And so usually like with that kind, you can unroll a piece, like cut off whatever size you need, and it'll have like adhesive on the back that you pull off and then just put on whatever shape you've got. I don't have that kind of stuff. I have like this random flat magnet that came with, I think, my dry erase board. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of this off to put on the back of my Ponyo magnet. So you can kind of like hold your magnet to, whatever shape, just to see like kind of what size you might need. And you can trim it down. So let's see how this looks. Alright, so about like that. So it is kind of sticking up around the corners. So I'm just going to trim the corners of this using my sharp scissors, and that works perfectly. This is not really difficult to cut. You might be like, we're jumping the gun here, but I wanted to show you just right off the bat kind of like gluing down the magnet, because the other ones, the glue is going to be drying while we work, and it's better like if you're gluing your magnet to whatever object that if you've, you know, like me, if you've used Mod Podge on here, you want to let it dry before you glue your magnet. So turn this down. All right. So just going to squeeze a little bit of hot glue on here. I'm just using hot glue because it's like extra durable. And hold it down. And woof, there you go. It's done. And now we're gonna get into making some other magnets with like some different materials. I should have mentioned that I'm using Mod Podge for this, but you can use like regular glue, whatever. And oh yeah, I was gonna tell you one more thing. Some other types of magnets very quickly. This is another one we made. This is like a bottle cap magnet. So this one, I put the image inside the bottle cap, and I like spray painted it first because it was some kind of whatever beverage, and then glued the magnet to the back. And you can do it the reverse way. You could, as you can see, there's some kind of image that had been glued on here originally, and I guess I didn't like it because I put a magnet over it. But you could do it that way. You could do the image on this side and the magnet on this side. And this is what I like to do with stickers. I get stickers a lot, and I don't really like to put stickers on things necessarily, but here I've got, I don't know what you call this. It's kind of like cardboard, real thin cardboard or whatever. You could use cardstock, you know, put your sticker on there, cut out the shape, and then glue a magnet to the back, and then that's just a cute little magnet. It's really easy. Because then, you know, you can keep your stickers forever. I also like to put stickers on my old laptop that's so old I can't even use it, but I still have it. I have stickers on there. Okay, let's get started. And I have my coffee as usual. Okay, we've got a couple different images to work with. A Black Butler page that came out of a manga. I didn't tear it out, it like fell out. The Free Boys, of course. Then My Neighbor Totoro. So this one and the Ponyo magnet were actually from like a little insert that came in my like DVDs, and they had these little ads for the different movies, and I'm like, this is the perfect shape. So again, you want to look for things that are gonna you know, fit in here, and these will also magnify whatever image you're deciding to use. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I totally meant to grab a pin at this stage. Hold on, be right back. Grabbing a pin. Okay, real quick, I'm going to trace out around the bead so we know like where to cut. And I'm discovering that you need to hold these pretty firmly down because they want to move around on the paper. Okay, so let's cut these real quick. I hate cutting this page. I always tend to like hold on to things like this because I'm always thinking like, oh, this could, you know, become a craft project or whatever. Actually, what I should have done is, I'll do this on CL's face, cut a bigger shape around than just at the lines. That's in case you need to make adjustments. Sometimes I'll cut things too small, and then we're in trouble. Okay, got my paintbrush, get a little bit of Mod Podge on here. That's how I like to do this. And then what you do, you're gonna brush it on the back of your bead. And it helps to go ahead and, before you start, to try and figure out how you're gonna lay the bead down on there, especially if they're not symmetrical. So once you got your bead on there, you press down, and you can press down from the back too. That helps. Just to make sure there's not any air pockets. But when it dries, that should take care of it. Okay. So that's what we've got so far. It looks pretty good. I'm going to let this dry and then trim it. So let's do Sebastian next. If you've not read or watched Black Butler, it's one of my favorites. Yeah, this is why I said I should have left a little bit more room, but this is fine. I think this works out good. So this one we don't have to trim because it's already basically to size. Yeah, we have all of the Black Butler manga and anime in our collection. And for this, I was going to do free. I don't think I'm going to. But I am going to do My Neighbor Totoro again for my niece and nephew. Their parents are probably going to be like, you keep cluttering up our house with anime stuff. Okay. And there's that one. It's gonna dry. And then last of all, I think it's really great to use magazines for this. So I have my handy dandy Supernatural magazine. And what I'm gonna do an example of a word, doing words, because I think that can look cool. Some people will do, bookish type magnets. I wouldn't say cut up a book, but maybe you could photocopy a page from a book with some, maybe your favorite page or something, and then make a magnet of that. Okay. Alright, let's do some Mod Podge. And just to show you, you don't have to do a lot. Just a little bit. Nice little layer. And I for this one, I wanted to get the words supernatural world as kind of the focus on there. Let me bring this back up. Okay. So yeah, it's a supernatural world and then evil and stuff. And I don't know, I think that looks cool. So yeah, that's what you could do. Obviously, you could color, you know, or write or draw, or you don't have to like use images cut out from stuff. You can make your own images. I think this might probably, you know, if you had like an actual picture, like on photo paper or whatever, I think that might work out as well. Mostly I've been sticking to kind of like this more flimsy type of paper, I suppose. And FYI, I'm getting glue on my scissors, so when I'm done, I'm going to wash these off so they don't have like dried glue on them. But yeah, I would say wait 5 to 10 minutes for the glue to dry. Just check back on it, and once it's dry, you can go ahead and put your magnet on the back. Okay, where's everyone? Okay, so we've got Black Butler Fam, Studio Ghibli, Randomness. Okay. Like so. Sorry, just doing everything on this computer has been an adventure. But I think these turned out really cute. I'm really excited. And last of all, just wanted to remind you that the teen book boxes that I told y'all about at the beginning of the month, you can still sign up now through the end of February and get a box in March. So please do that. We've already had some people sign up. I'm very excited to select their books and build their boxes and get them sent out. And I would love to do that for lots of people. So yeah, please, I'll have the link in the video notes, but you can also find this on our website. And also the Georgia Peach Book Award. The nominees, like the deadline for voting is the end of this month as well. So I'll have a link for that too. So, you know, if you've read any of them, go online and vote for them. But I hope you all are having a good week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.